is behind the scene? What are the scars you see behind the smiling faces on your screen? What is the story? What lies beneath the African music? I am Cheche Smith.
And I am Lachlan Agwu.
We are Culture Sonic,
capturing the essence of African music.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to another interesting episode of Culture Sonic podcast. Yes, my name is Cheche Smith and I am your host.
Hi, my name is Lachlan Agwu, and like you know, this is Culture Sonic, and we are very busy making sure that we are capturing the very essence of African music.
Yay! All right. So, interesting day, interesting people here. These are the people they've been busy shaping the Nigerians music landscape.
Really?
Even Africa, not even Nigeria. Yes,
Africa.
Really. The voice you heard, that's Joab. Yes, really. He's one of the leading figures. Yes.
Yes.
He's one of the people
Yes.
who's been doing everything.
Well grounded.
Crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's when it comes
Abego.
to, pushing and promoting the African music. Yes, Joab, we know you. We know you, Joab. So welcome.
I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you for
You guys
honoring
are too.
us.
I don't even know. I'm going to find out later how this friendship exists. 'Cause I know two of you independently. So I don't know how two mad people came together.
Oh, man. But
yeah, it's great to be
I
here.
said I'm hiding.
I love what you guys are doing here. Culture Sonic. I
Coming
love the
from
name.
you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
And we also have someone that I respect so much because it takes a lot of, I don't know what to call it, grace to choose to work with up-and-coming artists. That's a lot of work. I particularly avoid because I can't come and cry. But I have Obinna Agwu with me here, and I am so inspired by what he's doing. Hello, Obinna.
Hi, Lachlan. Hi, Cheche.
Of course.
Thank you guys so much for having us. The real.
Angry mob. Listen, I don't know all this Obinna stuff. People are doing. This guy's name, as we know him in the industry, is Angry Mob. He's a one-man mob. That's what it is.
Obinna, you've done something.
Yes.
Corporate. But Obinna, thank you also for honoring us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we dive in. Luckily, I let you do it.
Okay, so this topic is one that speaks to my soul.
I know.
Because I've seen.
See,
I've
Luckily, I don't like it when you say speak to your soul because you won't call names now.
Wait.
When it comes to calling names,
Cheche wants to set me up, but I'm going to express my opinion as well.
Okay.
But I would really love to hear from Excel and the Angry Mob what they think about this. And it's about features, collaborations. Are they really necessary? If yes, are there detriments? Are there reasons why we shouldn't collaborate? And if we collaborate, who should we collaborate with? So I'm going to start with Excel.
Mm-hmm.
Excel, what are your thoughts on collaborations, especially in the Nigerian music space?
I mean, generally, the process of making music is collaborative.
Okay.
It's somebody that sets up the studio session for the artist. There's an A&R that works. There's someone that records. There's someone that mixes and masters. There's someone that does the artwork. There's someone that does the pitching to the DSPs. So from start to finish, it is collaborative. When it now comes to specifically with features and, artist to artist, as the case may be, it's very important for different reasons. One is especially from the perspective of an emerging artist. An emerging artist needs to do two types of collaborations, in my opinion.
Okay.
He or she needs to collaborate with artists who are bigger than him. That's the obvious choice, right? But there is also the need for artists on a level to collaborate with artists on that same level. It's like when Firebar and Oxley did Sing. Remember that song?
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't a hit song, but it did something in the culture, in the underground scene. So, and what what has happened today in our current climate is everybody's looking for the bigger artists to get. Now, the problem with the bigger artists is the wahala that comes with it. Now, the first wahala, in my opinion, is not even, the first wahala is the quality of music. Sometimes you work with a bigger artist and you're honored and happy to work with them, right? So, and the bigger artists know, so it's like, okay, I'll just spit, some one or two and give it back. It's a privilege, know, and it is. No cap, it is, because the bigger artists work to get to where they've gotten to. But music is art. I think that's something everybody must remember. Music is art. And there are times where, like, as a creative, you should be able to say, it's hard though. This time I'm saying it's easier said than done. It's hard. But you should be able to say, can we redo this?
You should be able to say that.
Yeah, you should do.
You should, but can you? That's the next question.
I think that, so it depends on, I think you have to also be wise. You have to gauge who you are. You should be even wise with who you went to meet first in the first place. If you know somebody is problematic and you went to meet, anything you see, you collect.
Some won't even post. I've heard a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if the artist, and this even happens, this is not just even in terms of small and big artists, even big artists with their colleagues have that problem of like, I can't tell this person to redo their verse. Meanwhile, Kanye West told Rick Ross to redo his verse on the, what they call it, Devil in a Night Dress or so. He told him to redo the verse. Rick Ross was so angry, but you know what Rick Ross did? Rick Ross flew to where he was, to where Kanye West was, and redid the verse. So that verse now became one of Rick Ross' most iconic verses. So much that Rick Ross shot a music video by himself for his own verse. There's a general music video and he shot a video for his verse. So, yeah.
I don't want to call you angry mom. Please don't mind them. I'm on your side. Always rooting for you.
It's okay.
Obinna.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how significant are the featured this collaboration thing in shaping an artist development. Like we often see how featured A-list artists, and when you put them on the track and they can overshadow the emerging new act. So how do we do this kind of thing? We have an obvious one, the young boys that did the Ogechi sound with Davido. So it's more like, yeah, we love their vibe and everything, but literally we're looking for them.
Well, for me, using the Ogechi boys, I don't see.
We're calling them now. The
Oh
Ogechi boys.
no, Boy P.
But
There's Boy P. Yes.
Quite a number of people don't know their name.
Brown Joel, Boy P, and Heist, I think.
Yes. But also they're not a band.
They're also not a band.
So because they are not a band, it's hard to push the whole thing together as a unit.
So are we right? Can we say Ogechi boys?
It works. But you said it first. Let the record state that she said it first. Cut this part and use it as the trailer. Ogechi boys. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So do we have like it does overshadow them, right?
Well, I fail to see. I fail to see the negatives in this because first of all, these guys are individual artists who are going to leverage on this buzz and the numbers to do greater things for themselves as solo artists. Because some days ago, I was on Spotify looking at the numbers. The initial song has about 5 million, and then the Davido one is on about 8 or 10 or something, and then when you that Spotify thing, you see monthly listeners and all of that. Boy P is on about
all of them are over 1 million.
Over a million. So for going forward, that is something that gives them a strong position, for them to negotiate better deals. But more importantly, that feature has also helped to bring more people into what they're doing, and now it's up to them to take it from there and continue to
that if they want to move on as a group or individual.
No. Individually, they're all winning. So now it's just for them to parlay this initial success onto greater things. So
awesome. Yeah. I like that, but you are being a bit political.
No.
You saw that?
I'm being.
Okay, did you see that?
Maybe he's being really honest. That's
I'm being really honest. I do not see how that feature is a bad thing, and also this is the dream feature. The dream feature is where the big artist sees what you're doing and says, "Oh, I love this. I want to be a part of this." Because if it's you chasing.
How about other artists? Let's leave the Boy P and Heights and all of them. How about other artists? I'm like looking at artist development here.
Like how useful features
with
working
with bigger artists.
I mean, for in a label arrangement, you know, for you to do such a feature, your team should be ready to, you know, make sure that you have more music firepower to continue with that. You know, because I mean, if a big artist wants to work with you, are you really going to say no? You know, it does a lot for you, especially when you like the artist. The artist offering works for what you are looking to do, and they have said, "Oh, I like this. I want to be a part of this." It's beautiful because the other side of this is the artist is on their own, and you're chasing them, chasing management, chasing
build on it
exactly to build on it. So yeah, especially in this digital streaming era, man, once you work with a big artist, it impacts on your numbers immediately. You know, and then gives you an opportunity to keep building from there.
Okay. So, Excel, I was going to ask you, now, working with a big artist is great, but it mounts pressure on the artist. And like he said it depends on now the work that the artist team puts in place. Do you think that this pressure is going to work positively or is going to affect them negatively? Now, bearing in mind mental health issues and the mindset of these artists, being that it's almost like I've gotten to my peak. So what's your take on that?
First of all, pressure is good. Like all this mental health, I'm tired. Like, listen.
Oh no, but we have to talk about
No. See, listen, life is pressure. You either want to win or you want to go and sit down. Pick your struggle. The bigger artists, like, Have you thought of the pressure people like them, David Wiz, Bonner, are under? Every time success is even harder when you've made it because you have to maintain it. So it becomes a whole nother ballgame. If you are doing one song with a big artist and you're feeling pressure, maybe you're not ready, or maybe this is a hobby. Maybe. Because first of all that is supposed to even happen from that is if you're a younger artist that does something with a bigger artist, it gives you room, it gives you leverage, it takes your name further. Like, for example, more people know Iron Math now since he did the song with Fireboy. So all that's left now is for Iron Math to keep on delivering and build on that. She can now but if you're like pressure, mental health,
because I've heard people
go and sleep.
I've heard people say, so what next? How can they possibly sustain this? Because it was a big wave. Unless
you were never that good in the first place and you just used the feature to Yahoo your way. Yeah, because if you are actually good, you can hold your own. You should be able to hold your own.
If you're good, in fact, it becomes the perfect scenario.
Exactly.
Because you're ready.
More people are now tuned into what you have done before. And
Moving forward here, I just want to know, should an A-list artist, like a younger artist, should that younger artist be concerned if an A-list artist or like a whole lot of them want to collaborate and work with them?
No.
Why?
First of all, A-list artist, B-list artist, the person is an artist. So on a basic level, another artist wants to work with you. And now it's a good thing that this person is big. So if you feel like your music aligns with them, if you feel like their principles align with yours, their values or how they present themselves or project themselves, you should totally, exploit.
Please, this thing he said, it's not a small thing.
How about if we reverse? Okay.
This thing he said about if the music aligns. Some of these do collaborations that make no sense.
Exactly. It has to work.
That make no sense. Maybe you're like your music can be very far from the person you're collaborating with.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. And what usually happens sometimes too is that maybe as an emerging artist, you have a song that's picking up. And it's going viral. All sorts of people in your DMs. It's just normal.
Exactly.
Also,
the very reason why
you should be able to find the right pick. If the right pick no dey there, I know it's hard to hear.
Yes.
But free am.
True.
Because it will cost you more in the long run.
True. Because this your question now. The young guy has a song that is picking up. So it's not entirely useless to the big artists, because I mean, you go to shows, people are performing songs that they're featured on.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if Davido gets on stage on his next show and does, his verse from Ogechi. And everybody will go crazy.
Yeah.
But he didn't, come up with the idea. He didn't,
But
so
if you hear something like this, like, some upcoming artist said no to Wizkid or said no to Benson or said no to Davido, what would be your reaction?
it happens all the time. Even Stormzy turned down a
Jay-Z.
verse from Jay-Z because he just felt like,
Wasn't there.
it doesn't work, or this is not the time, or I respect you, I like what you do, but I don't think this is right now.
That was heavy.
So
That's
great. An artist should always I like confident artists, people who know themselves and who understand what they want to do, and who also understand that this is a long journey. A lot of artists make the mistake of doing this thing like they intend to just do it for 3 years and fizzle out. But I mean, Onyeka Onwenu, God bless her soul, she was performing right to
like
dying
their
day.
dying day, literally.
It's a lifelong thing.
Wow.
So there's a certain desperation that leaves you when you know that we have time to get it right.
And I feel like people these days, like, there's something happening in the world generally, and it's also very prevalent in music, but I've seen that it's a worldwide problem. People don't respect process anymore. So people now take, especially for emerging artists, they see collaborations with a bigger artist as a Yahoo.
Code. Yeah.
And it can be if you have a plan. If you actually have a plan and you have work put out that, okay, yes, after this I'll follow with this, I'll follow with this. So for example, on one of Drake's albums, he had this song with a female artist called Yeba, and he gave her an interlude. Yeba's interlude. Amazing interlude. Amazing stuff. Maybe like 2 weeks later, she dropped the album. And the album is fantastic.
Yes.
Like the album, I heard the interlude and I didn't know who that woman was before. I heard the interlude. I started looking for the woman. I went on her page. I saw that she said she's dropping album. I said, okay. Now I'm a huge fan. I'm looking forward to her next album. So these are when you strategize it, but people don't want to go through process. There's just like, oh, this is our feature big artist. I'll move. I'll get my strings up. I'll go and run and find an advance. Like, you guys are con men.
When you say people don't like to follow process, is this something that has to do with the Nigerian or African kind of music scene, or is it a global thing?
Our own is special.
Yes, so there's our
own is special. Our own is special, but it's a global problem. And like, so for example, I feel like social media is a huge blessing and a huge curse in the sense that, like, with social media, everybody's pressured. Most people are pressured, young and old. It's even worse for younger people, because think about how we know music. When we were growing up, we'll go to the store and buy CD, and then buy Dixman or Walkman or Palito. Some of you don't know what Palito is. Google it.
Or go sit at the barber shop where the barber has
you'll
music.
buy lyrics book. You'll buy lyrics book. Some of you also don't know what that is. Do you understand? So see the process you would go through as a fan then.
Yeah.
To get music.
So you are very attached. Now you guys, everything is there. So that's like, even audience retention these days is harder because the audience didn't even work for it. They were never really involved. And that's why till now, like, one of the toughest things to do is to build out like a paying audience. No matter what country you're in. If you have grown as an artist to a point where you can build out an audience that bring out money like this, pay. You have won.
Yes. Fact.
So, but process, social media, and just this whole general quick, people want to be big now. It's crazy. Burna Boy took long. Like, Wizkid took a while. Like, people took long to get to where they are. But this era, everybody wants to blow now.
You keep saying this era. You guys are con artists. Please, who are these people? The male and the female, please.
Oh, it's everybody, to be honest. It's everybody. It's like, it's a general problem. It's a problem even with the execs. No, it's a problem even with the execs, like, or managers. Like, you have some conversations that people like, oh, we are distributing our music now. Can you get us into Apple Music Top 100? Like, anytime, if you come and meet me and have that conversation, I'll just tell you, it's so nice to meet you. Glad to meet you. Wish you the best. Get out. Because, like, to me, you're somebody that wants to be here for, maybe you think that will make you stay long, but it won't. and you're somebody that even if people, like some people take money and I look at them and I'm like, okay, you've taken this big money, I'm happy for you. What will happen is white man will own your music because you can't make this money back the way you're moving. You can't make it back. You're going to be in debt.
Some people actually end up not spending the money on what they collected.
Yeah.
That's even
You say it's a marketing budget,
different
but
conversation.
you know?
How did you get to another topic? No.
I was going to say something. We can't talk about features and collaborations without talking about Buju. He pretty much started off his career with loads of features. And I was having a conversation with someone one day and she was like, every time I watch Buju perform, he's always performing songs that he has with other people. A lot of, like, when I say not we that are into music, a lot of people that are not really into music do not even know solo Buju songs. Do you think that is a negative effect on him, or would be on long run? Because he recently did another featured EP with Ruga.
Yeah.
So do you think, like, we're not even looking at the numbers, we're looking at longevity, we're looking at how people feel about his music. Do you think it's working for him?
Definitely. Definitely it's working for him because, like, with features, Benson has been able to build this thing where if you feature him, you know he brings something unique to the song. And he has made that a core of what his artistry is. A core part of it. And there's nothing wrong with performing. Rick Ross was dissing Drake. Rick Ross did show in London. He performed all those Drake songs. All those songs he had with Drake. Did he not do verse? He did verse now. He walk now.
Yeah.
Where you walk is where you eat.
Yeah,
the laborer is worthy of his wages. So Benson, there's no problem with Benson performing songs that, I mean, he wrote it.
No, nobody's saying that there's a problem with it. People are just... my friend, let me not say people, my friend I had the conversation with is like, his hit songs, his great songs are the songs he did with people. Like, but his personal songs, like the ones he did alone, like she's like, she can't, when she thinks of Buju, she's thinking of Outside, Gwagwalada.
You know,
I hope I'm getting the Gwagwalada. That's
his own song.
Gwagwalada.
And
he
featured those people, you see?
Yeah.
But also, like, the music is so decentralized right now. Like, what a hit song was 10, 15 years ago is not the same now. There are songs that we know that are Instagram viral and TikTok viral, and maybe they have 2 million creations. And yeah, there are people that will tell you they don't still know the song. Oh, they just know the sound. But they don't know, like, but a hit song is supposed to be, what we know as a hit song, everybody know them. Everybody know who sing them. Everybody feel sing them.
Street cred.
But now the audience is very decentralized. It will shock you that there's a large number of people that know Benson solo songs.
I believe so.
It will shock your friend.
Is not really a fan.
Shebi is not you.
Yeah.
Shebi is not you.
Definitely
it's not you.
No,
it's your friend.
No
problem.
Definitely.
Shout out
I
to
just
your
feel
friend.
like because we're having a conversation, we should just talk about even the people, like even the minority, their opinion about certain things, because that's how people learn.
Yeah. Because I mean, in music, in fact, just in the world, you know, once you present something special and you're winning with it, everybody wants to be a part of it.
But
just
Benson
some years
is
ago,
winning with it. How about other artists?
Yeah,
I'm
going somewhere with this. Just last year or last 2 years, I'll say 80% of the major albums that came out had cavemen in it. This guy sing in Igbo, it's high life. It's, you know, but once you have built something and you have a following
more like
and your sound is interesting, you know, everybody wants a taste of that, you know. So Kiss Daniel called them, this person, Whiskey, everybody, you know. So success, you know, has friends. It happens.
Yeah, it's fact.
Yeah, but of course, there's also space for you to be discerning
to
about
you.
Yes, discerning about who you choose to work with, and also to, you know, keep putting out
and
your
even
music.
to space. I think sometimes that also happens. Like, people don't know how to space out their features, so you can be very high in demand and you're doing like a lot of features and you've not released your own songs, and that could also affect you negatively if you're not careful. So even knowing when and saying, okay, this one should wait, let me release,
in fact, Excel, something taught me this lesson in real time. I'm going to mention the name. I have a lot of respect for this person, Rugged Man.
Yeah,
I was a fan when came out, and I was a fan.
Yeah.
But there was a point where Rugged Man possibly had 150, 70 features at the same time. So you see that everything can have its downside, because for me, it started to feel like, number one, it sort of like cheapens the product in a way, and then it creates oversaturation,
and when people see you everywhere, in every featured song.
Yes, and in a few songs he alluded to that, most featured or something features, but it didn't quite work out so well. So I thought it was too much.
So it can work for other people and won't work for other people.
No. If you do it too much, it's going to really look like. Yeah.
It will water down everything.
Are you less busy? What's happening? Because when you do that many features, you're going to do a few that are not.
Instead of saying, good. Okay, are you less busy? How about, are you super creative? Are you hard?
Another angle.
Yes, well, I don't know.
Well, for me, I saw this play out. I saw that Rugged Man doing too many features created an oversaturation for his brand, which sort of like I wouldn't say cheapen it, but it just puts the audience in a place where they've heard so much of you.
Okay. I was going to ask Excel and Obinna.
Yeah.
The back end. I know that artists pay artist feature fee.
Looking at the back end.
And they pay label clearance as well. Do you think that this is too much burden on an artist wanting to feature another artist? Like, speaking to the culture, why is it so?
I mean, both are not universal standards. Both are not universal standards. So it's not in all scenarios that happens. Some artists, even some people have featured big artists and the big artists didn't take.
True.
I think I heard, I'm not sure, but I heard that Skepta didn't even, like, he left the royalties for Portable on that song. I don't know if that's true, but I heard that. And sometimes, like, they don't take it, maybe they'll take a high percentage in the splits or in the publishing or something, but like, you don't pay. Even sometimes, even video too, you won't pay. You didn't even mention appearing in video.
Yeah.
That's another one they bill for. So it's not universally applied. It depends on the people you are dealing with. I would always say make research on the people you are dealing with. Some people they have a history of being a headache. So just come up, buddy. Sometimes it's also down to people in management as well. Sometimes it's down to people in the business, the labels and whatnot. As much as music is an art, and it's an art firstly, it's also a business. And any way that people can make money, they will try to. And they are not wrong to. They are not necessarily wrong to. Although I would say it stifles the art. That's what the problem always is. When you carry this very over business approach, it tends to stifle the art in one way or the other. So because of things like this, there are many great songs that have never come out. It's rather unfortunate. Many, like tons of great songs have never come out. There are sometimes that even artists would meet and say, we have a connection as friends, like, and they take it to the studio and the music is great. But one person will be like, this artist is good, but I know his label.
Trouble.
I know his manager. I know his lawyer. Voila. So they'll just rather not. So,
but also, I find that when an artist really wants it, it happens. And when you reach out to management and they say, oh, this person cannot make this song now because he's doing his album or she's doing her album.
Yeah.
They don't want to work with you because nothing is that deep. If Michael Jackson or Beyonce hits them up right in the middle of the album process and says, yo, let's work, they will make themselves available. So ultimately, when the artist really wants it to happen, it happens. But also this whole thing also highlights the growth of our industry in the last few years. Lawyers like you, lawyers are starting to play like a very prominent role in all of these things. New Music Friday, new feature drops, but man, you don't want to know the amount of phone calls and emails and negotiations and everything that goes behind all of that for it to happen. So that is also, growth in a way. But I want to end this with a controversial take because we are in a point now where two of us actually making the music doesn't mean that the song is going to come out, which is very weird to me because I didn't force you. You know, you wanted to make the music and then we did it. But maybe for some reason you're a bigger artist now, or you are in business with some people and you just feel like, I think if the music has been created, that is consent. So what we should be working towards now is not if I can put it out or not. It should be when and how and what the terms should be. Unlike, we recorded that, but no, not anymore. So I think, I mean, we have made the music, you know? So right now you can have the song and it doesn't mean anything because there's still like a whole process and the artist can say,
Obinna, I know you
I'm
don't
not
want to
happy.
call names.
So
Okay.
I think if the music already exists and the artist wants to put it out, you know, let that conversation happen. Let it just happen. You let it be a matter of, okay, when can we do this? But let it not be, oh no, we're not doing it because I didn't force you, bro.
Okay.
All right. Actually, let me ask you this particular one. And I just want to know, how can an artist maintain like a creative control? You get more like an artistic integrity, especially when they are working with a very, you know, the collaborative kind of project. They're working with big names. Okay, how is that possible? Is it possible for that to happen, and how?
It's possible. Depends on who you're working with. Depends on who you're working with.
Why is it depends on who you're working
It's just human beings, you know. In every industry, some people are easy to work with, some people are tougher to work with, some people are outrightly problematic. It's everywhere. It's not, people like to make it like it's only musicians that have issues. There are mad people in banking. There are mad people in even security men can show you shaggy. Do you understand? But you can, if you are also sure, because I think what even happens most of the time is the emerging artist doesn't even have a vision for the song. It's just make we anything we move, you know. So if you don't have a vision for the song itself, or if you don't have an idea of what you're trying to create, the bigger artists can definitely influence it and take over that from you, right? Also, because it's collaborative, it may not even be a bad thing that the bigger artist says, I think we should reroute and go this way. They could bring a very unique perspective from their experience, from what they know, or from just even plain creativity and say, we can reroute this way. But I will always say that if you find people who always put music first, right? People that put music first, big artists that put music first and would say, you know what, let's create for real. Let's make something great, right? I think one of those people for me is Victoni. Like anytime Victoni works with people, it always comes out amazing. And you can tell that this guy, he didn't just go and vibe in the studio. Like he took his time to make what he made. So find people like that, people that really place integrity on their art. They don't play with anything they put out, right? And people that are easy to work with, people who are open to hearing your ideas. Listen, a lot of big artists are inspired by emerging artists.
True.
A lot of big artists are inspired by emerging artists. It's like heavy. You won't know. They are not following you on Instagram, but they are seeing everything you do. They listen to your songs. They check you out. So maybe when you meet them in person, they'll be like, yeah, I know. You'll be shocked that, this guy know me.
Actually, you're not talking as per talking. You're talking as per I know what I'm saying.
I know what I'm saying now. I know what I'm saying. It's the same way like you can criticize a big artist on Twitter or through the media or whatever, and they will either be quiet or they'll respond to you and say you're foolish, you're an idiot. But you see that they'll actually take that correction quietly. I've seen it happen a lot. And I'll be like, I'll just know, okay, it's fair, all good. So yeah.
So imagine, see, there's something I want you to hit on.
Okay.
Imagine a young artist, up and coming, telling Tiwa Savage or telling Davido that, no, I don't like this thing you're doing. Please, can we do it this way? This is my work.
Yeah.
Of course, it's definitely possible. People think it's not possible, and that's a lie. It's definitely possible. You can tell. I mean, someone like Davido, I even think you can really tell him.
Yes.
You can really tell him and be like, Baba, I'm not sure say this in the make we try this, make we try this, make we try that. This is somebody that works with writers.
Yes.
So he tells you already that this is someone who is open to feedback and whatnot. So yeah, definitely. I feel like, again, know who you go and meet.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like, know who you're gonna meet, and if you see certain signs of problem, pull out.
Yeah.
And what usually happens is in these situations is that I'm not even going to package this one. Like, I think that we have bad culture with collaborations, especially when artists get bigger and they deal with smaller artists. The culture we have around it is horrible. You can even get, like, a big artist can get paid to do a feature. You can't post on social media. You can't, like, it's crazy and it's horrible culture. And we teach it today. So we make somebody suffer. The person feels hurt. The person grows too and does it to the next person. It's a culture that we really need to break. We really, really need to break.
To this point, I think this is where it is important to make music with people who are feeling you.
Yeah.
Because if that's not the case, it's going to be a headache every step of the way. From the video shoot to recording to posting to everything,
Video shoots.
But when there's a relationship and the person likes the music, you people understand each other, it flows. It really flows. Yeah. So these are some of the downsides of these strategic features where I'm just on my own. I'm a big artist. I don't know you. I don't know your story.
And you just want to
I
pay
don't
me.
care. But you just want to pay me. Man, I mean, a few more millions to what I have won't hurt. So a lot of them take it and they do whatever they can do.
Big artist, if you're not feeling the up and coming, why are you taking money from them?
My business is business.
It's business, but you're not feeling the song. You don't just want to. You don't even like the artist. You don't want to post anything. You just said something about music video. Most of them don't even care. They don't want to be in that video with you.
Some will even charge you again.
Some will charge you
another
separately.
ridiculous sum.
So my own is even like, all this one is fine. It's even the showing up to the video. Like, there are scenarios where people have aligned on the music video day.
Yeah.
Everybody is on set. Person never show. It's like, this is very bad behavior that we are doing. And life is humbling. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
I wish people really pay attention to history. Artists get big, artists get small. No matter who you are, there's always like a period of drought. For some people, it's short. For some people, it's very, very long. That's why I have my personal love for Davido, because Davido can be very vocal about certain things. Davido talked about how, like, he dropped that EP, it didn't work. Son of Mercy, it didn't work, and there was like a drought. And then Techno, he used to say, like, Techno saved my life. Techno saved my career. Yeah, I like that, because that should be a lesson for everybody, that, like, it can really go quiet for you, no matter how big you have become. You can have a period where it's not moving. And maybe it's someone that you've treated like trash that could not be the hit of the moment. Do you understand? Like, just treat people well. Treat people well, honor what you have agreed to, honor people will even sign contracts, and to honor the contract is wahala.
Lachlan, before you move on, I just want him to wrap up on something. Exia, you mentioned something about the culture. We have he's smiling. Why is smiling?
Because you like trouble.
I don't know. Maybe because I'm sitting close to you now. I need to move. Okay, this trouble, this kind of culture we're talking about, is as a result of the artist or the artist management? Why? Who is causing this trouble?
Is most times it's the artist, but I've also seen some managers that are crazy and foolish. So it could be both. Some managers, the artist gets successful and the manager becomes a successful manager too. And think that they are the guy. You're not the guy. The artist can change anytime. Like, calm down. Ah, God.
But there's my point connects to Excel's opening speech, opening talk, where he talked about two types of collaborations, one with the big guy and the other one with your peers. I really think a lot of artists should focus on that and just work on that. And there's so much procrastination that happens around that thing that really pisses me off. Because as a manager, there are times when, okay, my artist and this other person, they meet up somewhere, they're like, oh man, I like what you're doing, I like what you're doing. Oh, give me your number, let's meet up, let's make music in the studio. And it just never happens. And people are working, people are moving, people are getting big. And you'll be surprised 6 months, 4 months from that time, that person, you can't have that conversation with them anymore because maybe they have leveled up. So it's important if two people like each other, they feel their vibe, they want to make music, do it quickly.
I think you're talking to the artist management.
And even this point is so important because of even like this thing really helps with emerging artists. It really helps them with audience growth.
Absolutely.
With fellow emerging artists.
Yes.
But I was going to say that one of the reasons why people do collaboration is so that they can grow their audience.
Yeah, but those people are usually borrowed.
If we both have like similar audience, we're on the same level, what would be the essence of doing a collaboration?
No, so similar in what regard? So like Dotty, the deity, has his people.
His people. So that
Pedestrian.
That brings me to another conversation, cross-genre.
Yeah, that's why I'm going there. So Pedestrian has his own people. Pedestrian is hip-hop. Dotty is not hip-hop, right? And together they have different audiences that they can bring. The audience size could be the same, it could be different. So if you are saying similar, is it similar in size? Or similar.
So I'm saying we're doing the same thing. We have like the same audience. We're just guys, and then we're collaborating. I feel like that wouldn't have any
that's not true.
effect
Because that's to downplay everything that Psycho YP and Odumodu Black have done since.
Or the Ote community.
So wait, let me just land. Even regarding Psycho YP and Odumodu, they are great guys.
Yeah.
One of them became way bigger. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm using the right words. Please don't come for me. One of them became like Odumodu is more of a national name than Psycho. Yeah. And I think that also now had an effect on the songs that they had previously done together. Now, what I mean is, if both of us, we are doing similar things, the same audience,
the same genre,
we come together and we do a feature, we might not have that effect immediately. As we might not. That's what I'm saying. We might not.
If the music is great, you will know. If anything, you will even solidify a fandom. And there are people that want more of that. Do you understand? Like, for example, every time that like Drake and Rick Ross made music, people always say, these guys, they should make a joint. So there's Drake and Rick Ross who are two rappers, right? And then there's also a separate one of like, anytime Rick Ross and John Legend make music, people are like, okay, these two are great together. They should make a joint project. So if the music is great, it's not a problem at all. And for emerging artists, even that's whole like cross-pollination of fan bases is very, very important because you get the bigger artist thing, they are borrowed. You are borrowing them. I don't want to get into examples.
No, get it.
I really don't want to get into examples because I like I like peace. I want to marry in a few years.
I think both of them.
Yes, but
I was going to ask.
They are borrowed. So like there are many people that have featured Davido. And I've had 1-2 hit songs from that. And where are they now?
Exactly.
Go and solve that math by yourself.
But we said but we even had
audience homework.
We said it earlier. Yeah, we had the conversation.
So I wanted to say something quick. We're still talking about collaborations, and I love that they are guys. Maybe they could possibly just tell us the truth because ladies shy away from this kind of conversation. Now, why don't we have enough female? Did anybody smile? Female collaborations in the industry. Like it took. Recently, we just got Simi and Tiwa Savage. Why? What's going on? Why don't we have enough? Why can't we have like 10,000 of them?
Well, first of all, you don't have a lot of female artists to start with.
Yeah, we don't have a lot, but then we have at least we can count up to
you don't have a lot of female, but compared with like the men, there are like maybe 1 million men in music and maybe there are like 1,000 women. Do you understand? Like if you were to do the ratio. So definitely just by that, it's way more easier for the men to link up and collaborate, right? It's way more easier. Like the odds of that happening is way higher to start with, right? Secondly, what usually happens is that with female artists, the female artist brand is a very, very sensitive and intentional one because of, especially in Nigeria, because of the audience we have in Nigeria. Plain and simple. There are certain things the audience in Nigeria wants. There are certain things they don't want. And you have to stick to the audience and stick to what they like.
Tell us some of these things.
No, leave me alone.
I'm not going to leave you alone. Why are you doing this to us? Remember how I introduced you here?
No. I'm a man of peace now.
No!
I own a gospel label. You know, Jesus is the way. That's my vibe. But to further on this, right? Like sometimes it's just that when a female artist begins to emerge, a lot, like especially when she begins to come up and grow up, a lot of more intentional work has to be done around her to solidify her. Way more than you do for a guy. Way more than you would do for a guy. Like budget, it's a lot. Way more. So clap for Maven and Ira Star. That's not beans. Do you understand? Way more than you do for a guy. And so it's not that they don't even want to. And eventually they get to do collaborations. Like, for example, Ira Star did a song with Reaction.
Reaction.
Yeah. There's an Ira Star Reaction song. Check. Reaction featured her. I think, Reaction featured her. Yeah. The song exists. Reaction is not as big as Ira. Not even now, or then when the song came out. So this collab, the ones that even happen, it's like, there are some that happen and people don't pay attention or shy away from the other ones. And then there's also like normal industry politics, right? There's normal industry politics. I think sometimes people like to play it off as the women themselves are having
politics affecting the females and not affecting the guys.
No, but it's not. It's different from them because like if there are, again, that's my first example. If there are 1,000 women and 1 million men, the 1,000 men, the movement is different entirely than it is with the 1 million men. So there's politics for men, but not as intense. So for example, imagine that you're doing let's say a DSP, Spotify or Apple says, we're doing a campaign and we need 1 woman. That's usually what even happens. 1, 2. Do you understand? Like, it's not like fight to the death.
Yeah.
So these are the reasons why there seems like these women don't want to collaborate with each other. That's not necessarily the truth. Is that the way the system is already fuels like, let me establish myself first. Do you understand?
So the system is to blame.
And not the artist.
But also
that's what I'm asking him.
Excel,
Why
you hit
is the system to blame?
Why did he?
The system is to blame, but the system is made of people.
Yeah, but for
people
me,
who are mostly men.
The trolls and the different fan bases, they really sow a lot of discord by just doing their thing. And not everybody is strong.
But they do those to the men too.
Yes. Not everybody is strong. If I'm an artist, Excel is an artist, and some random guy from Ekiti or Enugu or something, he doesn't know me, doesn't know Excel, then he comes and says, oh, this person is good, this person is, it would be silly of me to start hating or not liking Excel so much because of that comment. So, but we see that, unfortunately, these random comments help to shape how these artists see each other and interact with each other. So it's important for them to continue to know that, look, we are not enemies. We are making music.
You're speaking to the ladies now, right?
Yeah, but I'm speaking to everybody. I'm speaking to everybody because
they don't have this problem.
Oh, they do. They do.
No, guys, they get trolled now. They don't want whiskey.
I understand the kind of problem they have, but then they still collaborate. They still do things
because they're like 1 million.
Yes.
So you are seeing the one that. Do you know the many that did not happen?
And many people even fall out.
I wanted you to talk. You're hiding.
No.
And many people even fall out after their collaboration. Like they've been friends, and then these comments start to, and somebody's putting this one against this one. And before you know it, subconsciously, you're starting to see this guy as your enemy. But bro, he's not your enemy. It's just this random nobody who is just somewhere, instigating these things. So just that mental strength to also just know that, man, these are career trolls. This is what they do, What they say shouldn't really affect how.
And now, like, even for
some people, it goes really far and they end up hating each other and they don't want to work and they fight and they, one fan says something and then you reply the fan and end up dissing your friend or somebody you've made music with, and there was no reason to do that, but this person has said, oh, Excel is better than me, then I come and say Excel. Come on, who is Excel? But Excel is my friend. I should think of that instead of just that awareness also is very important.
And for the female artists, like there's a new crop of like emerging female artists. And there are a lot more than, like in the last 2 to 3 years, like a lot more female artists have
been
come
an explosion.
out. Yeah, like a proper explosion. Of course, for many reasons, like the barrier to entry in music is low. So it's not like the gatekeeping has reduced. It's still there, but it has reduced. So like it's easier to, and the women who are coming out in the emergency, they are collaborating. as far as I've seen, they are collaborating, they are working. So maybe for the big ones, like they came, think of the era them Tiwa and Simi came now. It was still Wild Wild West in this industry. Things have calmed down a bit. There's more sanity. We're still mad, but there's a semblance of sanity now. So yeah, for the ones who are coming up now, like when they work, it's amazing. Let's encourage them, let's support them and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
So last week when we had on an episode, we had some guys, A&R guys or people in the industry, and they said that our A&R system is flawed. And I know both of you are A&Rs. And I know that both of you are A&Rs. Do you think that, you talked about strategic featuring or collaborations. Do you think that for the failed ones, we can say we hold our A&R guys responsible? Because they are the ones, they are the listening ears, and they match, like they bring commercial value, or they help the artists bring commercial value to the song.
Well, Lachlan, first of all,
Like,
our industry. Yeah. First of all, we are still in our infancy stage of this whole A&R
If anything, we need
thing.
more A&Rs.
Yeah, if anything, we need more.
A&Rs.
You know, it's only very recently that it has started to be like a strong part
becoming a
of,
thing now.
you know, our consciousness within the industry. And even till now, a lot of artists do not really see the need of somebody who doesn't particularly make music, but thinks they know a thing
have
or
the ears,
two
or they
about
can-
music to tell them stuff. You know, so we haven't even gotten to that point where you can say the whole A&R thing is a problem, because we are still even
no, we're not
just,
saying it's
you know,
a lot, though. We're just
getting
saying
there.
that, or I didn't say.
You're
You
saying
know?
what somebody said.
The guest said it's flawed because now most A&R guys are with institutions and all they're thinking about is money. Like they are not really giving to the creative part of the music. They are just about, oh no, I think you should do a collaboration with this person, as against like what you had said, oh, like an A&R may hardly say, let two people on the same level, on the same pedestal.
I remember
do
someone
a
mentioned that they
feature.
they don't say the truth.
They don't speak the truth,
Yes.
or they don't advise
right.
accordingly. Like putting the
Exhale.
putting
Wow, I don't like
creativity
this.
top. No, putting creativity first. They put commercial first before creativity. So what's your take on that? Because I know you're an A&R and you
And
too.
you also excel.
I think with everything, you always have to find the sweet spot. You are a business, you're sitting in an office, power is running, they're paying your salary, you know, so you always need to find that sweet spot of, you know, yes, we're creating art, but, you know, it'll be nice for us to eat off of this. So you do your best. And also, it's not possible that you score a hit all the time. You know, there are so many beautiful, perfect, amazing songs that are just what they are. You know, and that's why I'm big on beautiful songs being forever, because what I have learned from like the more advanced industries is that some people have made these beautiful songs that didn't go anywhere. And then 10, 20 years later, an A&R comes and says, oh, okay, this new artist, wow, Dolly Parton sang this song, but it was like an album filler, but I think it's a beautiful song. You should sing it. And then Whitney Houston does it and it goes boom. You know, so say song no work today, you know, mean say it's over, you know, but also generally it's not possible for you to, you know, be right on target all the time.
Okay, and so
And then so why you are things, also tell us what you look out for when you're listening to a song. What are the things you look out for?
Okay. So I get why people usually have this whole conversation about like faultiness with A&R, or we have too many fake A&Rs. I see the tweets and stuff like that, and I find the tweets hilarious. I always laugh; they're funny. But I would say that, like, first of all, traditionally, the A&R role was like someone who works in a label, because now it has changed.
Yeah.
Maybe not changed more, but it has diversified a bit. Or someone who works in a label whose job it was to scout artists worthy of being signed to the label. And after scouting the artist, get the artist, okay, we've gotten you on board. Fantastic. Now we work on the music. So you now find like the right producers, the right people that would work with this person. At the same time, you're also thinking of like commercial viability, great music, marketing, how you're going to market the artist, how the artist will be branded, how the artist will be styled and all that. So you see that it's actually a lot. That's why companies have like multiple on roster. And then, you know, you put out the music and you have done your homework, like we hope for the best. You start implementing your marketing plans and all that. But music has grown so much that a guy can be in his house and be freestyling on the IG, and maybe the video goes viral, and he's like, you know what? I go be artist. And his best friend can become his manager or A&R. That's what's happening now. So yes, we have some cracks in the system. But the intent is not evil or bad or even wrong, because there are certain, even some of the big names, that's their story. It was who was with them in the studio. Like there are guys that were with them that ended up becoming their A&Rs and whatnot. And this whole thing about even knowing what to do in music, there is almost no, I mean, there are courses on music and music theory and music knowledge and music business, but there are certain things that are just innate. And some people have it and some people don't. And so an A&R could be best for marketing, but not music creation. Yeah. An A&R could be best for artist direction or branding. Presentation. And A&R could be great for like in the studio, like saying, this is what you should do here. This is what you should try here. This is what you should try here. And A&R could be great in say, okay, if you want to create a commercially viable song, these are the elements, this kind of person we should work with. That same person might not necessarily be great for making an entire album, because an album is an experience of different emotions and stuff. So there's a lot of variances to it, right? And I feel like because we're a growing industry, yes, we have a lot of, we're a growing industry and we're a third world economy. So a lot of people are actually unemployed. And a lot of people are leaning to the creative industry because there's unemployment. That's a truth.
But Excel, in Africa, there's no one creating an institution or a structure.
People have not eaten it. Look at what you're talking about.
Are we not going to get to that level?
We are there, and there's Godwin Tom doing amazing with the Music Business Academy. So he is one, you know. So there are people who are actually trying and doing that, but it's hard. It's tough.
People have not eaten. I'm talking about.
Because our economic situation is a part of it. Like Excel said, people are not willing to give into the process fully. It's harder to give into the process when hunger is chasing you. You know, maybe in a place that's not Nigeria, where being poor doesn't mean that you're homeless. Being poor doesn't mean that you cannot eat. Being poor doesn't mean you cannot buy clothes, you know. But in a place like Nigeria, where if you miss getting money now, you're going to like be flat, you're going to be hungry. So I find that here artists are in a bigger hurry, you know, to just circumvent the process or just get over it. And sometimes inexperienced labels suffer for these things, because there are artists who believe that money is their problem. That once you put 50 million, 100 million naira on this thing, it's going to move. You will be so surprised that after you put that money, nothing is going to happen. So they have led certain people like this to just go and put, you know, and you do it and nothing happens. You know, so instead of actually taking the time, build a fan base, do your live shows, perform at the bar. In your estate, do people know you're an artist? No. Do your friends, your classmates, you know, all the people who love you and are close to you, are they in tune to what you're doing? Are they supporting you? You know, so people want to circumvent that whole process, which is very hard, you know, and just they are hoping that something will happen that just makes it go from 0 to 100. Some people are going to be lucky, but for the most part, a lot of people are not going to be. So,
and then to like, I don't know which of you asked that. What do you look out for?
Yes, I did.
Cheche.
Yes, I did. I did.
So this is a good question, because there are a lot of people who get angry with me, like, Baba, I sent you my song. You know.
You've been so busy.
Like, first of all, I'm not even going to lie. Listening to music from emerging artists that you don't know can be very traumatic.
Why though?
It can be very upsetting. It can spoil your day. And it can make your day great. Yeah. So when you stumble on like somebody that you can tell is a diamond in the rough, you're like, oh my God. If you hear great music, your body go activate. It's just a natural phenomenon. And if you hear trash. It's like you're wasting my time, you know. So I mean, for me, I'm always looking for people that, from what you can hear, you can tell that they aspire to be above good. Like, I think that's my problem with emerging artists. So you're good, you immediately want everything. There are like 2 million good artists in Lagos alone. 2 million. If I carry stone, throw outside, it will hit an artist that is good.
Right.
But good is not going to make it. So we need people who are like really pushing themselves to be above average. And that's what I'm looking for anytime I'm listening to music. Okay. And sometimes too, the reason why you may not get maybe you wanted to get signed or something, it's not that you're not even good, but sometimes like I can listen to somebody and be like, this person has something. It will need like another 4 years of development. I don't have that time. Excel doesn't have that time. It's not my fault. Like you have something, you know, but I don't have that time to develop.
Excel, a lot of times the artist doesn't have that time. They want to do it now. Like when you tell there's somebody who is doing big now. Yeah. You know, one of the new girls.
No,
Except
what do you mean by move on? I'm going to tie your hand now.
I had met her in Abuja in 2017, and so, you know, I was listening to her stuff and she was just starting out, and I remember just always saying to her, wow, this sounds like, but you're not there yet. Put in more work, you know, just, you know, and so the person started to feel like I wasn't encouraging them. And then one day I go on social media and I see that, this person has blocked me. And I'm like,
bad vibe.
I'm a hater, but I was just telling you, like, you know, more work, do it.
And to be honest, sometimes some people need that, and it, like, even though they blocked you and whatnot, but like, sometimes that criticism, be it positive or negative, will spark something in you and make you go and sit up. So if it takes somebody getting blocked for you to enter destiny, congrats.
Like, so you're still in their success story.
Yeah.
Oh, the final thing before we get into it, we have our games playing.
Yes.
All right. So I want to talk about our scouting system in Africa. Excel, yes, you. You'll beat me today. Scouting system. Do we even have any?
I mean,
yes, of course we have Maven in Nigeria.
Yeah, they have an academy.
Yes, the academy.
They've done amazing with it. I mean, but yeah, I mean, the world has evolved so much. I believe the very first tool, even though Jazzy has said it multiple times, for scouting is social media.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's social media.
Yeah, it is. Like, that's what,
I've heard him say that.
That's what the world is. So like, but now it's like, again, this thing we said about people skipping process. So maybe on Victoni's page, there are like 6 posts and it's different swagoo. But that's Victoni now. You're not that. I go on your page and it's just you in or one nice photo shoot. Do you understand? Stuff like that. And I can't find, sometimes I'll see an artist and I'm intrigued by the look. The look has gotten my attention. Okay, let's hear. Everything na swagoo. I'm not hearing, there's no video with music.
Exactly.
Even video with the lifestyle. I'm like, who know you? What's in the happen for here? Are you crazy?
Why is your page quiet? You're an artist. Where's the music? You know? Why am I seeing too many pictures? Where is the music? Where's the audio? Where's the just still pictures everywhere? Yes, they are fine, they're fanciful, you understand aesthetics, but where is the music?
Like, you have not reached anywhere. You want to release a new single, you are deleting posts of it. Are you crazy? What are you doing? Why are you like this? Like, what is this thing that everybody's doing? What's this thing? There's one.
But we should ask you. You are
no, they're crazy. I'm saying it now. They're crazy. They're not okay.
What is this? What we don't know.
Like, they're crazy because like there's these lines, you know, Liski did in one of his songs, and I know that, you know, people have angry with him, you know, and whatnot. But this line, he said that he didn't. I can't remember the exact way he said it, but he said he left his old videos or his old posts on his Instagram so that you will know. You guys know that, so that you will know where it's coming from. You will know how long he has been doing it. I'm like, see person now. See human being. Do you understand? So like, I don't know why all of a sudden, like, you're an emerging artist, you want to move like a big artist. You want to do big photo shoots. You want to shoot big videos. See, guy, like I tweeted something and people were subbing me and I was seeing the subs, but I just lock up because if you don't get my mention my name,
don't talk it to me.
Yeah, finish. But I said creativity, especially with music videos, it's not necessarily about budget. Yes, if you give a creative person, a creative director, actual creative director, a great budget, he will give you something world class, something amazing. But I realized that we're at the point where everybody believes that I just need plenty money to shoot a great video. And that's not necessarily true. And some of you, what you have for your budget, like your marketing budget, let's say you have 20 million from your marketing budget. You want to use 10 to shoot a video for an EP. You are mad.
It's not wise.
You are not okay. You are actually like, have you thought of, I think that CS, there need to be like specific courses on recouping for artists. Let artists understand what it means to make money back in music. When you think of when you actually understand what it means to make money back, you will calm down so much. Like you would even be like, how much be this? No, we feel reduce them. You will actually use your mouth to say it. Now we feel reduce them because the cost, the cost you are putting on videos. I'll see an upcoming artist do billboard. I'm like, why they do billboard? Who know you way they do billboard?
You think we do too much when it comes to branding than the actual music?
Of course, that's the problem now. Like there's, like you said, there's too much paparazzi around like branding and aesthetics, and we have the product. The product itself is not great. The product itself is not great. A great song is a great song anywhere in the world. A great song is a great song. It might not have the greatest video. It might not have, but like if you hear it anytime. Like I remember when Nonso Amadi's, but tonight you can call my phone.
Yes.
Everybody feel them. You don't feel like music is music. True. Yeah. True. So like all these so people try to finesse the system with expensive videos. The era we are in, everybody needs to calm down and rethink music videos well.
Well, definitely.
Well, because like there are way more young people hooked on TikTok and Instagram than on MTV, than on Trace. I have friends that work there, they'll beat me. I'm sorry, guys. But it's the truth.
Is the truth.
It's the truth.
They didn't hear you. Say everybody needs to do what? They didn't hear you.
I've moved on.
No.
I've moved on. I said everybody needs to rethink their approach to music videos as a whole. Because like content on social media, content will drive more sales these days.
True.
Yes.
Will drive more sales.
In fact, with what you talked about videos, I think a good way to think about it is think about what the brands and the advert agencies do. You can say, oh, these adverts, okay, they went to South Africa to make this thing. Of course, adverts are usually expensive. But for a brand to spend 30 million making an advert, they are going to put 300 million behind the distribution or the marketing of it. So you see that what you are doing after that content is more important. So for you to spend 10 million naira making a video, do you have 50 or 30 million to promote it? So it makes more sense for you to spend 200,000 naira making a decent stuff and putting 3 million naira behind it.
To push.
Today has been so full.
Because that is what the brands do. That is what the advert agencies do. They don't go and end up. Does it make sense when you spend 200 million making an advert and you cannot put it on?
I think the best example for this
Cool
with brands,
you can put it on
Wazobia
TV.
The best example is Red Bull.
You have a nice ad, an expensive.
You know how
ad.
Red Bull adverts are the animations. Those animation drawings. And Red Bull doesn't need to go and hire a stadium, and they've cracked it with that thing.
Yes.
Finish. Very simple. Very effective. Red Bull gives you wings. Bam. They'll do something funny. Blah, blah, blah. Animation drawing. Red Bull gives you wings. Bam. Cashing out. Because it's creative.
True.
For an industry that is called the creative industry. It's very ironic. Filling the gaps.
Your industry.
Today has been. We have to wrap up.
We have to wrap up. I don't want to wrap up.
But today has been so
It's good.
full.
Let's wrap.
Like we have moved from the conversation to other conversations
Like this.
to other conversations, and it's been great. But like there are a few takeaways that I think we should bear in mind. You that is seeking for a feature, you need to know that you can also do something with your peers. I learned that
You should
today.
focus on that.
Same genre, cross genre, but something that is good. Make great music. That's the cheat code. Yeah, make great. Excel, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Make great music, and even yes, and even when you're working with bigger artists, make sure that you're doing it right. If values do not align, don't bother.
do it.
You can make them wait because you're gonna be hot.
Exactly.
Okay, yes, you're going to be hot someday.
You're gonna be hot. So
Something we have to play our
yes, I'm guessing there. So it's been great. We're going to play a game. We have Team Loclean and Team Cheche.
First of all, I always win.
Please.
No, I just have
She
to let
won
them know.
one.
If I'm not on your team,
No,
today is going to
you are
be
the
different.
winning team.
Obinna, we
got
have
this.
this. I
We
mean.
got this. We got this.
So we're going to
We got this.
we're going to make this a bit more like it's not going to be like the regular one. Now we're going to call words and then you sing songs, collaborations. I mean, featured songs, not just any song.
Well, collaborations. that have
Yes,
those words.
collaborations that have those words. Yes. Can I trust you?
Looking, but is this one not weekend?
Can I trust you?
I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Obinna, don't try.
I'll come
win.
through. I'll
You
come
just said the rules of the game. What's this? What?
Oh,
Excel, are we good?
You see what's going on here?
My coach, my team lead.
We are good.
We're good. I mean.
Yes, we are.
All right,
Okay,
all right.
so we're going to go just 3 rounds.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys give us a word first.
Yes. Let's give them this one.
I don't have very
oh,
I didn't know you wanted to. Okay.
So our word is
Mm-hmm.
shine.
Yeah?
Your time starts now.
Shine.
my turn to shine.
It's a collaboration.
Oh, wait.
A collaboration that has
That has shine in it.
Yeah.
Time up.
No, who was
counted.
timing?
I was the one
Who was
that-
timing? No,
I
no,
was
production
doing
was
it.
timing.
I was
Who
doing
was
it.
timing?
I did the timing myself.
Shine.
Yes. Time up.
So you can do your own timing when it's their turn.
Time up. Guys, we move.
Oh yeah,
give me the word.
you give us a song.
No,
I
no,
just
you
gave
give
you
us
No,
the
now
word.
wait, you people give us the song now. You people cannot just tell us. Is there an actual song?
No, that was not part of your rules. That was not part of your rules. That was not part of your rules. You did not mention it. That was not part of your rules.
You know I was telling her she did something. I knew. Thank you.
That was not part of your
Church,
rules.
I'm ready for you.
No, be
I have
very
a word.
ready. I was born ready.
Don't give us a word.
I have a word.
Nine, I beg.
My word.
A&R,
My
please.
word for you, for this team, for Team Cheche is culture.
What? That's so simple.
No.
Culture.
Let them come up with it.
That's so simple.
That's supposed to be very simple.
Culture.
Better feeling.
Culture Sonic.
Time up.
What is that?
Time up.
What is that?
Wait, I'll do you know the song that came to my mind? But I don't know if it's a collaboration. Zorro. No, for the culture.
Culture!
No, for the culture. I was like, yeah, God, you didn't get this.
But that's not a feature. That's not a feature.
No, he featured someone.
I sure that
Oh,
there's
He featured someone on that
sure
song.
because
Culture.
Zorro, because he's a rap artist,
Oh,
he has
big song.
features sometimes.
For your mind now.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Z.
So give a word.
Because I don't have viral.
But we're
I just
winning
got
this.
Culture Sonic. That's the only culture I remember.
Today is very easy.
Which one?
This is a sign
Say
I'm not a
there's
wicked
no
person.
time. There's no time.
Your word is peace.
Yeah?
Give me time.
Peace. We are the
Peace be
world. We are. Doesn't not have peace inside.
Time up.
We are.
Thank you.
We are
Time
the
up.
world. There's no peace.
So
in
you
that
don't
song.
know when you go on, so let there be peace. Now,
Oh.
look at
Yeah,
you.
but
But you have now.
but there's
I'll
nobody
fix
on that song.
Was there any,
It's just her.
was it just her?
This one is not even part of it. I don't even know what she's saying. The point that you failed.
I want that. Thank you.
The point that-
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You are fed. You're not telling me. What right you have to tell me? Please wrap it up.
it's all right.
I said I always win. Didn't I tell you?
Okay. What word now? No
Protest.
protest.
Wow.
I there for Zumba.
I don't understand. Cheche.
I said, yeah,
I don't understand what is going on here right now.
Time up.
I for Zumba, by the way. Don't be protest with them.
Time up. Thank you.
Give them a word.
I don't know.
Well done. Nobody won. 0-0.
0-0.
Nice. Fair game. Sportsmanship. Fair game.
Oh my goodness, I told you guys, man, it's been such an awesome time.
Yeah, so great.
I said, Joab, I told you when he came in here that this is a leading figure in it's not Nigeria, it's Africa.
The real.
African, like
world.
culture scene. This guy, except Joab. I love you so much. Thank you for what you do.
So much.
Thank you. And also to you, Obinna. Let me let Lachlan do the clapping. I give you all your flowers. But thank you so much for what you do.
One man mob.
Thank you also for what you guys do. Thank you so much. It's very important. We need more, more of this.
Coming from you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Obinna. It's so great having you here. Very calm, cool, collected. I love it.
It's not like that on Twitter.
That's what we're saying now. That's what makes the name even more interesting. Because when you look at him, he's so calm, but don't try. Thank you so much. Thank you for even watching us.
And listening. Also, we
Thank
love you.
you.
Gorgeous Sonic signing out. Bye.